Hi everyone and good morning to our lecturer and all my friends. Are you ready guys? Before that, we like to thank you to all because join us. The presentation today is about truancy. Now I will read one by one the agenda today that are the first season is opening, the second season is introduction, the third season is discussion time, the fourth season is opinion, question and answer. The fifth season is closing. Before we start, let me introduce our team. I'm Saida, will be moderator for today webinar section. First panel, I want to invite teacher Badria.
Hi everyone and good morning.
Second panel is teacher Akila.
Hi, and good morning.
The third panel is teacher El Sofia.
Hi and good morning everyone.
Next turn is for the fourth panel is teacher Nordina.
Hi everyone.
In facing today moderation, we are often surprised at the television and newspaper change of social system occurring among the younger generation. Among that are system of truancy which will cause the student time involved during the unhealthy activity. The issue has become the weakness in education system in Malaysia. This question of the symptom instead of sitting down and learning something in school will full discipline. Therefore, it is appropriate to discuss what factors and steps and need to be taken system of truancy in student. Without wasting it with any more, I would like to invite our first panel to discuss the factors issue student truancy. In your opinion, basically, we know that teachers are the main factors that causing students to become involved with truancy system. I would like to invite teacher Badria.
Okay, firstly, I want to say thank you to Miss Saida for inviting me and letting me to sharing about the teacher factor. Okay, let me tell you guys about the teacher factor. Teacher factor is a major factor that causes student to be involved with the truancy symptom. This is said to be the show that the teacher like to issue abuse and rude word with scolding student. This will arouse students hearted toward the teacher into causing them to dislike to come to school. And this is being the reason students don't like to go to school. In addition, strict rule and the discipline can result in skipping pattern of control that allow for physical punishment can result in a student disliking school and turn in encourage student to commit skipping school misconduct. When teacher choose to punishment with a physically punishment, student can feel scared to go school. Okay. Teacher who teach with an interesting teaching method will make student always look forward to the teacher lesson time. The student will not feel bored and they no choice to skipping school. Okay, that's all about a teacher factor.
Okay, thank you, teacher Badria. All right. We can see that the teacher is the factors that causing student to truancy. Thank you, teacher Badria, with your explanation. We also know that many factors we do not know why student always truancy. I want to invite the second panel is teacher Kila to give any factor student to truancy. In your opinion, that the attitude of student himself is that causing student to truancy symptom.
Okay, first, thank you for inviting me. Okay, in my opinion, students skipping school are due to the attitude of the student themselves. I think so because there are some students who do not have some motivation to learn and the lack of interest in teaching and learning in school. The situation might be due to the content of the syllabus, which focuses a lot on a subject that requires students to memorize such as history, mathematics, science, geography, and so on. Similarly, a lot of school work that given is cannot be completed, causing students to skip school because they do not want to be scolded by their teachers. So, students in this category typically decide to go out of the house in the morning wearing school full uniform, but not in school. Instead, they gather at the video game center to have fun. Chances are they feel they are grown up and can already make their own vacation. So they decide to skip school.
I would
Thank
like
you.
to invite third panel, teacher El Sofia, to continue our discussion. As we know that parents always are the main factors become involved with truancy.
Thank you to the moderator. Everyone here is already aware that love from parents is important in this issue of transit school. Most parents nowadays have neglected their responsibilities as parents and do not give enough love to their children. Proving the situation, parents are now constantly walking outside from early morning to midnight. Their time with the child is getting less and less so that their children are unable to convey that feeling to the parents. Children will usually transit school for go to place that will entertain that like shopping malls, and if this problem is not curbed, they will go to worse places like nightclubs. This situation will have a profound effect on the children's self if they seek pleasure in the wrong place. Therefore, their children are free to do whatever negative things because they know their movements are not monitored by their parents.
Thank you, teacher El Sofia, to explain the parents factors of students truancy. We see that teacher El Sofia said that parents do not give enough love to their children. So parent main character to help their children interest the schooling. I also want to invite our last panel, that teacher Nurina, to give some factors some student to truancy. To give some factors student truancy.
Okay, thank you, moderator, for inviting me. Okay, apart from the 3 points that have been mentioned by the other 3 panels, peer influence also plays a strong role in influencing other students to skip school. Invitation from their peers to skip school will affect the mind of students who do not think rationally. They will obey all the invitation of their friends without thinking long. Friends who plan to skip school will give a variety of reasonable excuse, such as a lesson at school are very boring and so on. They give the impression that skipping school activities can calm their mind, and this is a reason from them not to attend school. The influence of fear at the adolescent level is a very significant after because at this stage adolescents try to choose friends who are in line their hobbies and interests. Uncontrolled associations of student with peer is very dangerous because it can cause a student to do unwanted things such as smoking cigarettes, sniffing glue, stealing, and others. So, students should be wise to find friend who is supposed to be friend a while at school, because the good friends are always by their side no matter what the situation. That's all from me. Thank you.
We see that influence or peers also causes students to truancy because what teacher Nurina said that student will obey all the invitation of their friend without thinking long. Thank you for your explanation. As we know that issue of truancy among students is often the subject of discussion in mass media. There are several steps that can be done to overcome that problem of skipping among students. I would like to invite again our first panel, Teacher Badria, to give some good steps to prevent the issue student truancy. What is the best way we can prevent student to truancy? Do you think, Badria? What do you think, Badria?
Okay. I will share something. Step to overcome is the role of the school. Okay, I will continue with the way how to avoid skipping school by student. Okay, school is a place to gain knowledge. The school need to make some good approach or policy with aim maintaining the school the school maintaining the school as a good center of knowledge. With that, student will have a high interest in the lesson. In addition, teachers as well need to play an important role in realizing national education. Skilled students in turn become respected leader in the presence of teaching from teacher. In addition to education to produce useful human being, teacher also play a role as individual responsible for dealing with the problem skipping school. Teacher will take action when they find students are out of school. Thus, it can be concluded that teacher and school should play an important role in addressing the problem of skipping school. Students should be given attention and constantly monitoring too. Okay, a good teacher will always find way to help students to understand the content of the lesson to talk. The teacher who can make students understand what is being taught should not give too much school work to students cannot to complete it. Can make the class is interesting and make pupil happy to study and learn knowledge. Okay, that's all.
All right, thank you, Teacher Badria, for your suggestion step to prevent student truancy. I would like to invite Teacher Akila to give some suggestion step. What is the step can help parents prevent student to truancy?
Okay, in my opinion, teachers are also important people in dealing with the issue of skipping school. I think so because as a teachers, we need to diversify teaching methods so that students not easily fail both. For example, by using the method of playing games using teaching apps (PBM) such as Soundream Wheel Games. How fun it will be for the student if the teacher said, okay, today we will play. They certainly very fun to learn because of the nature of children who love fun and play. So teacher need to be creative in diversified teaching methods so that students feel excited and looking forward for what teacher method the teacher will do. They will make the element of fun in learning exist at the same time attract students to attend school.
Thank you for your suggestion step to prevent student to truancy. I'm also want to invite the third panel to suggestion the step prevent to truancy. How can we solve the problem of prevent the student truancy as the parent?
As a measure to prevent children from truancy school is to know their daily schedule. This is important to ensure that children's day is filled with good activities and not boring. In addition, parents also need to spend time with children at least every weekend or before the children go to bed at night, so that children do not feel lonely and feel valued by their parents. For example, parents can spend time by talking to them and put aside work. In necessary, stay away from a mobile phone because it can help parents focus on children. Parents also need to take care of their children's behavior and get to know their friends. This is because good behavior will have a positive effect so that they do not skip school because in general they know that truancy school is a wrong thing. In this situation, friends will also give a great influence while at school so that they have a deep interest in learning. That's all from me to help students from truancy school.
All right, thank you for your suggestion. I would like to invite again the last panel, teacher Norina. How can social skipping school be prevented?
Okay, thank you, moderator. In my opinion, the party that is able to play an important role in combating the symptoms of truancy among students is the media. For the information, the mass media must play a role in disseminating advertising for advice, which the application of values in order to teach a lesson of all parties. Broadcasting of negative stories, programs, and advertisements such as a gangster story is a block should be blocked. This is because it will be encourage teenagers, especially students, to imitate such actions such as smoking, drugs, glue, illegal racing, and will indirectly be involved with the symptoms of skipping school. Through the mass media, the public more is sensitive to symptoms that occur and will take a right action when they see the symptoms. A responsible attitude is a very member of society is important in overcoming the symptoms of skipping school, and it is not widespread. Therefore, the mass media plays a role in shaping society morals and addressing social symptoms, especially for skipping school. That's all.
Thank you, teacher Norina. Finally, we are come to the last agenda. We would like to thank you again for panel, sir, and all my friends. The conclusion of discussion today is skipping school has bad effect not only the education of student, but also on the life individual. If the student themselves can understand that their student can bring success in the future, they will not skip school and instead will study hard. Therefore, by tackling the problem of truancy, parents, school, and students play an important role, and this problem should be identified by them immediately, so that measure to overcome it can be taken to the sake of future generation of our students in the future. Thank you for all the presenters. Now we are come to the opinion question and answer. Before we stop our discussion, any question you can ask to the panel. Hopefully the discussion will give benefit for